Hello, Gooners. Welcome back to the Gunners' Den, your home for all things Arsenal. And today we will be taking a look at the North London derby just played in Hong Kong at the Kai Tak Stadium. The match started off in a fast, frenetic pace with an electric atmosphere. A stadium record-breaking crowd of 49,975 supporters of both clubs, creating an exhilarating atmosphere. Arsenal, as they always do, started quite fast and strong, taking the game to Spurs, pushing them back, and creating chances, but were just unable to take any of them. Odegaard short wide in the early opening of the game. From a resulting corner kick, he again kicked a shot from the edge of the box. The ball fell kindly for William Saliba, whose header went narrowly wide. Kai Havertz lost his footing when put clean through goal and the chance went begging. Tottenham slowly grew into the game and started creating some half chances when they went forward. Mohamed Kudus was a constant threat on the left-hand side, keeping Miles Lewis-Skelly on his toes all through the game. They signaled their intent with their first corner of the game, which they swung in, and it literally missed everyone and hit the post on the other side before going out for a goal kick. We were lucky there because that should have been the first goal. As usual, we didn't heed that earlier warning, and they came close again with another corner kick, which, for some reason, again, missed everyone. But Richarlison alone at the far post failed to convert. We were living on the knife edge because every time they break forward, we are cut open. David Raya had some moment earlier on, too, especially in the middle of the first half. Yes, Spurs hit the woodwork 3 times. Yes, we had to ride our luck at times. And honestly, we were lucky to be only 1 down at halftime. But Saka on the other right hand going forward was buzzing too. He had Jed Spence on his toes going forward. Him and Ben White created numerous half chances, but no one could take advantage. We created so many half chances and shot, but unfortunately, none on target. Our lack of finishing was one of low part of this game. So let's talk about the goal, because wow, that was a hauler from David Raya. Pape Sarr lobbed the ball from 45 yards over David Raya after Lewis-Skelly lost the ball in midfield. David Raya played a short pass to Lewis-Skelly, who was immediately put under pressure by Richarlison. The ball broke to Sarr, who lobbed it 45 yards out into an empty net with David Raya stranded in no man's land. But replay shows that Richarlison actually fouls Lewis-Skelly in the build-up of that goal. And if they had VAR, or if it was the Premier League, then that goal wouldn't have stood. But hey, it was a friendly match with no VAR, and he got away with it. But at this point, we have to give a special mention to the referee. The ref in this game was diabolical. He was truly out of his depth. So many challenges, so many rough plays that were committed by Tottenham went widely unpunished. This wasn't just a friendly match. This was a hatched job. There was an intent to get someone injured, and we needed a referee who knows what he was doing to put a stop to it. But this ref was completely out of his depth. He allowed the rough play to continue without booking any of their players. The second half was all Arsenal. We came out with renewed purposes. Kai Havertz started linking up nicely with Martinelli, trying to pull us back into the game. We dominated possession, we pinned them in, but the final ball was missing. We had the momentum, but not enough clinical edges. Gabriel Martinelli had a half chance, but dragged it wide. Then came the sub. Trossard and Victor Gyökeres, the €73 million man, finally entered into the game with several minutes remaining, but even he couldn't find the spark needed. Meanwhile, Max Daumann, the 15-year-old sensation, also came in, and he was the only sparkling light as he kept pushing and probing with his runs. But still, we couldn't create any meaningful chance. It's also important to note that Saka left the game injured after getting kicked right, left the center by Bentancur, and also Trossard, who only came in the second half, had to leave few minutes after coming in because he was also roughly punished by those uncompromising Tottenham defenders who were literally out for blood. Spurs defended like their lives depended on it, as if they were playing in the final. They set up deep blocks, putting bodies behind the ball when they had to clear their line, and as if the result wasn't bad enough, Leandro Trossard came off injured late in the second half. No confirmation yet on the severity, but with the season around the corner, that's a huge concern. He's been one of our brightest sparks this preseason, and losing him now would be a big blow. Add that to Calafiori injury and also potential Saka injury too. This match was a huge blow for the entire team. Remember, the likes of Gabriel and Timber haven't really kicked a ball in this preseason tour as they are still recovering from various injuries. Add that to Gabriel Jesus, another long-term injury prospect who's also rehabilitating. We really don't need any more injuries before the start of the season. Also, the lack of form shown by Gabriel Martinelli in this preseason games have got most Arsenal fans worried. There's been call for an upgrade in that position, and his output over the past few games has greatly elevated such voices. Despite playing only a cameo role throughout the tour, Rice Nelson had more meaningful impact in games than Gabriel Martinelli ever had despite playing majority of the game. We are in talks to sign Eberechi Eze, who is versatile but who among Trossard and Martinelli needs to be sold to make space for that signing. More dilemma for Andreas Bertram and Mikel Arteta to sort out. So where does this leave us? It's just preseason, yes, but make no mistake, this one hurts. Not just because it's a loss, but because it came against Spurs in front of 50,000 fans abroad and with a lot of eyes on our new signings and tactical approach. Thomas Frank, in his first big game in charge of Tottenham, walks away with a win. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, a reality check. We dominated large parts of the game, but the final third lacked sharpness, and defensive lapses still plague us. But hey, it's preseason, not panic season. We now return to London, regroup, and prepare for what's going to be a massive campaign. Let me know in the comments. Was Sarr's goal legit? Should we sell Martinelli to make space for the signing of Eberechi Eze? Are you worried about the lack of goals in preseason? And what did you make of Gyökeres' short cameo? Smash that like button if you're still backing the Gunners. Subscribe for more match breakdowns and transfer talk. And as always, come on, you Gunners.